Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost, and we are going to be doing the P's of the collection today. If you're wondering where I get these from, I picked these up from Amazon UK probably about 6 years ago. I just put in CD dividers in the search, and these popped up. They're like a plasticky kind of thing. They have a name of pop groups on the back. They're CD dividers, but they fit nicely on there for division, if you could see that then. I am not a New York baseball follower, so if this offends you, I'm sorry. This could equally be a Chicago Cubs or, I don't know, other teams in America. I don't really follow baseball. The only baseball I follow really is in movies. Anyway, got to shut up. There are 195, I think there were 195 P films starting with P, so we're going to crack on as quick as possible. Pacific Rim, love this movie. This is Guillermo del Toro. Robots fighting aliens, well, monsters more than aliens. I suppose they are aliens. Great movie, just brilliant effects. The 3D is beautiful in this. You got Idris Elba, amongst other people. Charlie Day, Charlie Hunnam, whoever that is. Yeah, great 3D action, big popcorn movie. Second one, still good, not as good as the first one. Have a look at the cover. We'll have a sip of tea. Yeah, Scott Eastwood is in this one. Idris Elba isn't back. If you've seen the first one, you'll kind of know why. That's Pacific Rim. 3D's pretty good in that too. The Pact, yeah, haunting daughter trying to go back to her mother's house, and you know, that sort of thing. Package, this is military prisoner being taken back, escapes, and then the person who's trying to recapture him is involved in an assassination plot. Great cast. That's Tommy Lee Jones and Gene Hackman. Paddington. This is a really good children's. This is really itchy this time. Hugh Bonneville, Sally Hawkins, Julie Walters rather. Jim, put my teeth in. Jim Broadbent, Peter Capaldi, Nicole Kidman. Just a great cast. It's a really nice family movie about the adventures of Paddington and all the people that he meets along the way and the family he stays with. And then Paddington 2. This one has an extra. Who's the baddie in this? Yeah, Hugh Grant. Oh, such a good baddie. Villain. Just a really nice sequel. I more than happily welcome a third one. Really nicely done. Oh, and it's got Gleeson. What's his name? Brendan Gleeson as the like the convict nobody touches. Very, very good film. Page Master, little Macaulay Culkin with the voices of Leonard Nimoy, Patrick Stewart, Whoopi Goldberg, and a really creepy librarian, Christopher Lloyd. Half animation, half live. Well, so probably like 60-40 actually with animation. Really good film. That's an American import. It's it says Region A locked on it, but it's not. It is not. Pain and Gain. I wasn't a big fan of this film. I like Dwayne Johnson, I like Mark Wahlberg, but just couldn't get into that film. Painted Veil. This is a good film. Naomi Watts, Edward Norton, and it's Edward Norton's wife, Naomi Watts. She's just to say she's had a fling, and as a kind of punishment and escape to reality, he takes her to like a cholera village where he's trying to cure in China. All doesn't work out well. Pale Rider, Clint Eastwood. Pan, great 3D in this, and the really it's like a modern telling of Pan, but sort of also I think it's like wartime when they come for Pan, Peter Pan. The music is really good in this, and the action scenes, and Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard is really good as well. very underrated Peter. That's one of the best Peter Pan films. Pandorum. Pan's Labyrinth. I watched this recently. Yeah, some creepy characters. It's not what I thought at all. It's set during I think it's the Civil War, the Spanish Civil War. I'm pretty sure it's the Spanish Civil War. And a young girl is she's with her mother and living with like a stepfather kind of figure. He was the head of this like platoon army settlement, and he's an absolute git. Anyway, she runs away, goes to the underworld. She comes across like a thing called a fawn, it's like a talking tree, and she has to complete these tasks, and some of them are really sort of the pale man with the hands in the eye. Everybody's seen that kind of that guy, but it's a really good fantasy, sort of fantasy horror. The Paper. This is a story set over, I think it's just 24 hours, and it's really good. It's about breaking the story and getting it to the front page. Very good. Good cast. Michael Keaton, Glenn Close, Marissa Tomei, Randy Quaid, and Robert Duvall. It's just a really good good movie. I'm just trying to see who released it. It's a universal release. Didn't get a UK. I think it's only got an American release, but it's region free, so go get that one. Paperboy, Paperman. This is a German release. Jeff Daniels, Ryan Reynolds, Lisa Kudrow, and Emma Stone. Check the trailer out for that. Paper Planes. Paper Planes comes with a digital code, but you're probably not going to be able to focus in on that. If you do, go for it. Paper Planes, Australian release, so you probably only work if you're in Australia. Paper Towns, from the author of Fault in Our Stars. Papillon. This is a really good movie. Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman, they're both convicts. They're on, is it like Devil's Island or something like that? Yeah, and Steve McQueen just wants to escape, whereas Dustin Hoffman eventually becomes like institutionalized, and it's just about their life as prisoners, and brutal, absolutely brutal. And you had the remake with Rami Malek and Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam, that was he was in Pacific Rim. Paradise Alley. This is 101 Films. What is the story with that? That cover goes right to the top. Horrible. But it's the only way you can get the film. Paranoia. This is Harrison Ford, Amber Heard, Gary Oldman, Liam Hemsworth, and it's about two rival companies and trying to steal one was trying to steal technology from the other, and it's about like almost like double agenty kind of thing, stealing secrets. Not that good a film, but it's entertaining enough. Paranormal Activity, just the first one. Paranorman. I need to. I was going to say I need to get this in 3D. I do have it in 3D, but I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell. Don't think I've seen it anyway. It's not ringing a bell. Not ringing a bell at all. But there you go. Paranormal Activity. Oh no, Paranorman. Parental Guidance. Yeah, not the best film. And Billy Crystal and Bette Midler, Marissa Tomei, Tom Everett Scott. Kind of a wasted cast for this. Sort of formulaic. Let's pause it there. Parenthood. Now this has got a good cast. It's got Stephen Martin, Tom Hulce. I think Tom Hulce did the voice of the Hunchback of Notre Dame in the Disney classic. You got Rick Moranis, great actor. Keanu Reeves, Diane West, Mary Steinberg. This is story in Parenthood. I think that was on the 90s. Can't be sure. Parents with a taste for human flesh. Now this I need, and this one too. I need to thank Steve Casher1. Go and check his channel out, Casher1. Great guy. We do trades. He sent me these. The first one is Parent Trap, the original one. It's Hayley Mills in this one. Maureen O'Hara. Yeah, Hayley Mills. Yeah, great film. Great film. And then the remake, and with the remake it was Lindsay Lohan, and I don't know why Disney Movie Club don't, or just Disney in general, don't release these worldwide because they are region free as well. Parker, yes, Jason Statham. Yeah, good old action movie, Parker. Parkland. This quite a harrowing film. Deals with the aftermath of the JFK assassination, November 22nd, 1963, in Parkland Hospital, and it's all about the young doctors that were working on. I think they worked on both, didn't they? They worked on Lee Harvey Oswald as well. I'm pretty sure. Like a little bit of time later. The parole officer, played by Steve Coogan, he gets kind of framed for murder, and he's got to sort of get in contact with the people that he, his parolees, to try and get him out of the mess he's in. That's released with fabulous films. Party, about a political kind of, in a way, is a woman gets like a promotion in a political party, and they have a get together, family sort of get together, and it's all about like the bickering and everything. The real sort of people come out. Passchendaele. This is set World War One, and it's about a key battle. Well, it's a battle before like a key bigger battle with the Canadian forces. Passchendaele. Passengers. This is a good sci-fi film. 3D is very good in this as well. Passenger 57. German import. I think this has got a UK release now. I could be wrong though. Passport to Pimlico. This is a really good story. Bomb lands on a part of the I think it's the East End in London, and it sort of opens up like a little tunnel, and in this tunnel there's some paperwork saying that it's actually French land, this area, so they decide that they're going to corner it all off and run it as their own little town, French town, Pimlico. So you require a passport to get into this little part of the town. Very good. Patch Adams, yeah, I think this is based on a true story of Patch Adams, who is like a dropout, and then he becomes a doctor, and he has a unique way of dealing with people through humour, and it's quite sad in places. What do we got here? I'll do this one next. God, how do you pronounce this? Patima Inverted. I literally just picked this up as I'm filming this. I'm filming this on a Saturday. I picked this up about 20 minutes ago. Yes, anime, and I haven't seen it. I've only seen the trailer. It looks kind of like there's a film out called Upside Down with Kirsten Dunst. Looks like that. Pathfinder, the extended version. Patient Zero. Now this is about like an outbreak, and the world's gone to the crap really, and with these like violent, like zombie type people. But there's one person that can actually speak the language of these patients, infected. So you try and track down Patient Zero. That's the story of that one. Patriot, yes. This has got, who's the guy who was in Harry Potter? Jason Isaacs as a Nazi captain, and he sort of provokes Mel Gibson into sort of standing up for himself and protecting his family. So Mel Gibson forms like this renegade group and fighting off the British. Absolute must watch, that is. Patriot Games, a great Harrison Ford film where he plays Jack Ryan. I know it's Jack Ryan show has started now, but this is sort of where it all sort of began. Patriot Games, the one before. What was the one before Patriot Games? Oh goodness me! Can't think what the one before that was, but it doesn't matter. I do have the one before that, and the one before. Hunt for Red October was the first one. Then there was Patriot Games, and then there was Hunt for October, then something else, then Patriot Games. I'm pretty sure there was. I can't remember. And anyway, this one, Patriots Day. This is really good. It's about the bombing in Boston during the marathon that went on, and it's about the aftermath of that and catching the terrorists. And it's directed by Peter Berg. It's a really good director. Got Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Bacon's in this. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Bacon. Really good in this. John Goodman, J.K. Simmons, Michelle Monaghan. They're just a really good cast, really well acted. I say great story, but that's kind of disrespectful. Paul, brilliant sci-fi film, just funny start to finish, and Seth Rogen doing the voice of Paul, spot on. Whoever cast him for that was spot on. Sigourney Weaver, kind of there's lots of nods to different sci-fi films in this. Obviously, Close Encounters with the Devil's Tower, and Close Encounters and Alien and all this, and it's just lots of little quotes. Kristen Wiig's in this as well. Jason Bateman trying to, well, I won't say what Jason Bateman's doing because no, I won't, in case you haven't seen it. Paul Blart, Mall Cop, very funny, very funny. Not seen the second one all the way through. I've only seen like 15-20 minutes. I was like passing. Not as funny. Just say that, shall we? Not as funny from what I saw. It's like, kind of like he's trying too hard. I'm pretty sure this is called The Pawn, as in chess pawn, and this is the story of is it Gary Kasparov? No, Bobby Fischer. Bobby Fischer versus Bobby Spassky, the Russian grandmaster. And it's got a great card. I bought this because I like chess. I do play a lot of chess. And Tobey Maguire's in this. Peter Skarsgård, Liv Schreiber. And that's the reason I bought it. That was a German release, by the way. And Pawn. This is about a heist in, well, not a heist, like a robbery in a cafe owned by the mob. That's the last thing you want to be doing. Payback. Now this has got, yeah, it's got two cuts on it, and they're very different. One of them, I can't remember where he has the hammer on the toes. I can't remember which version that's in. I always seem to pick that one for some reason. But I have seen both, and they are quite different. I think someone once said that these have got 2 entries on IMDb because the differences are that much, you know, it's tones and whatnot. But this is a very good film. All it is Mel Gibson. He was part of a robbery. He gets done over kind of by the other 2 people that stole the money, and he gets sort of cast aside, left for dead, if you like. And he wants his money back. All he wants is his money, his fair share of the crime, and he won't stop until he gets it. And people would rather die than give him the money through stupidity. Just give him the money, it'll been over. Paycheck. This is about reverse technology. Ben Affleck. The idea is that say you get a new invention like the Apple iPhone, and then you give it to this guy. He reverse engineers to find out exactly how it works, and then the company will wipe his memory of all the research he's done for like 6 months. Wipe his memory of the whole time that he was working on it, and then give him a big paycheck. And he's working on the job of his life that's going to retire him, and when he comes to get his paycheck after his memory's been wiped, all he's left with is like an envelope of a couple of useless bits and bobs, but they save his life, these bits and bobs. It's very good. Not doing it justice there. And pay the ghost. Something loose in there. Is that a loose bit of plastic? Nicolas Cage. Right, let's pause it there and get the next pile. Okay. Peacemaker. I've got to move on with these. I've got like another 80 over there yet. Pearl Harbor. A lot of people hate this. I love this film. Get me to a plane, god damn it. Yeah. Jerry Bruckheimer. I don't know if Simpson was alive when they produced this. Bruckheimer and Simpson. Look at me, I've got to hurry up, and I'm fixating on the bloody producers. Ben Affleck. amongst others. Pelican Brief. This is a great political film. I had this on DVD, and it's one of those flipper ones. Really annoyed me, but I'm glad it's on Blu-ray and on one-sided disc. It's a great political thriller. Some good acting performances. Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington. I think Stanley Tucci is in this as well. Yeah, very, very good. Penelope. This is a import from Germany. An import from Germany, but they didn't put a little thing on there, the age restriction. It's about acceptance. You've got Christina Ricci, James McAvoy, Reese Witherspoon in this, and Christina Ricci is Penelope. She's got a pig snout for a nose, but with her face, she can pull it off. Got a pretty girl. Penthouse North. It's about like an unwanted person in your life, really. Michael Keaton's assassin. Michelle Monaghan just wants to live a quiet life, but he's after something. Peter Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Very sort of, and this one too. Peter Jackson, Sea Monsters, got a lot of Harry Potter influences. Both of these, even down to like the ginger-haired friend, you know. And they got like a wizard in school bit, you know, like a fight in school, even down to that. Perfect Getaway. People versus Larry Flint. Larry Flint was like a pornographer. He had like a pornographic magazine. I forget what it's called. Hustle or something. Does it say? Hustler. And the people want to take him to court for indecency. It's about a court case. Woody Harrelson, Edward Norton. Perfect Host. Now this stars David Hyde Pierce. You probably know him as Frasier from Frasier's brother Niles Crane. And it's about an ex-con on the run and sort of wiggles his way into his dinner party, and yes. Perfume. Blu-ray Ben loves this film. It is a great film. Dustin Hoffman, and I forget who the young man is. This is a German release. I don't know. I don't know who's on. Yeah, it's about this. Let's say not so normal guy who's trying to create the perfect perfume through oils in the skin, and has quite an effect on people. This perfume. Lots of murder and sex in that film. That's why I like it so much, isn't it, Ben? Anyway, Perio's Bounty. Personal Shopper. Peter Pan. This. Oh yeah, that one's called Pan, wasn't it? I thought it should have been in with this one. Peter Pan. Yes, Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Peter Pan. This is a number 14 of the Disney classics. Perfect Murder, and it almost is. It's Viggo Mortensen, Gwyneth Paltrow, Michael Douglas. Great film. Michael Douglas he's just brilliant in every film he's in, and yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow is pretty good in this as well. Story of love and murder, or attempt. Perfect Storm. This is a great film. What gets me though, it says this is based on a true story. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg are shipmates, if you like, small boat, like a fishing vessel. Is it the Andrea? And on the boat called the Andrea or something like this. And I'm going to give a bit of a spoiler here, so a big spoiler. So cover your ears. It's 130 minutes long. This George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, they're off fishing, and they haven't got enough catch, so they carry on. Let's just say, and there's a perfect storm. You can see it's like 100-foot walls of water, and the ship goes over, and they all die. Everybody dies. There's your spoiler. I did warn you. And but you have this like return. How do they know? Because like these people at sea, they're not contacting anybody. How do they know what happened? I know they know there was a storm, but there's all these personal issues and and conversations. Nobody knows actually what went on there. They could have been just partying all night. Yeah, so a lot of it is like a pinch of salt, but it's a terrible accident that underline the whole thing that everybody dies on this boat because they had to stay out to get more fish. But a lot of it, they don't know what happened. All they know is they went out to get fish and they all died in a storm. Perfect storm. Perfect sense. This is a good story. This is Australian release. I think Germany has a release of this as well. And quite possibly America. It's Ewan McGregor, Eva Green. And the story is everybody on the planet loses, what's the first sense? Taste. I think the first one that goes is taste or smell. I think it's smell. It's like not such an important sense. I think it's smell. So which does affect the taste as well. So nobody can smell anything. Okay. Everybody's a bit confused as to what's happened, and then like weeks later, the next sense goes like taste. So nobody can taste any food, and it's about Ewan McGregor is alive and he's a chef. So obviously you've got no taste. It affects it immensely. Like everybody is now on like pasta and water and oil because you can't taste what you're eating, so you might as well be eating nothing. And then touch goes, so like crunch and stuff like that, you can't feel it. And then sight and sound, like all your senses go. So you can't talk, you can't listen, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't touch. So like everybody, it's pretty much an extinction level event. Performance, Mick Jagger. This is number 17 from 1970 of the HMP Premium collection. Perfect Stranger. Bruce Willis plays Harry Hall, something like that. Harrison Hill. I was close. Harry Hall. Harrison Hill. I'll just read the tagline. How far will you go to keep a secret? Because it's kind of, if I anything will give the story away. Halle Berry. No, I can't say right, giving the story away. Perfect World. This is a very good film. Kevin Costner, Clint Eastwood. Kevin Costner kidnaps a young boy. I believe he's a Jehovah's Witness. And you've got Clint Eastwood trying to track him down. It's a very good Clint Eastwood and Kevin Costner crossover. If all the films for Clint Eastwood and Kevin Costner to have collaborated on, you would have thought it would have been a Western. Well, I suppose Clint Eastwood was kind of like a sheriff, some description, but Peterloo is about the Manchester massacre in 1819. Yeah, terrible goings on. Peter Rabbit. I've still not watched this. I've had this since it came out. I think no, I haven't even seen it at the cinema. I don't know anything about that one. Pete's Christmas. This was an American import. Well, actually, no, I picked up myself when I was in America. Yeah, it's a kind of groundhog kind of thing. Middle child trying to make the perfect Christmas. Pete's Dragon. Classic. I like it when Disney used to do that with the animation. Put animation in with live. Very, very good. The remake. Yeah. Robert Redford. Just love this film, start to finish. Just got a really nice feel about it. Bryce Dallas Howard. Oh, it's just a film she really annoyed me in. I like her. I think she's a really good actress, but the way she conducted herself in this film. Carl Urban plays a really good villain. I'm pretty sure Hal Holbrook was in this, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Hal Holbrook. I've got a feeling he was in this, but I could be wrong. Anyway. Let's pause it, get next pile. Okay, the next one is Pet Sematary, and this is a recent watch as well. That kid is creepy. Yeah, it's about some things are better left dead. Yeah, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thoroughly. Brilliant. Tasha Yar from Star Trek's in this. Amongst others, the I forget what the neighbour. What's his name? Don't think it says his name. That's going to bug me. The judge, the next door neighbour. Creepy. I really like him now. I think he's really good. Phantom. About nuclear sub operator Ed Harris. You've got David Duchovny in this as well. He's on a mission. He's on a mission. Could hold the whole world in his hand of his palm of his hand. Phantom of the Opera. Mike sent me this. Thank you very much. Mike Movie Edge. Go and check him out. Phantom Thread. Story of Fashion. I think this was Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie. Phenomenon. This is a really good, I'd say sci-fi. It's more like supernatural. Yeah, guy with telekinesis. Or does he? Yeah, very good. The interview with Brent Spiner, and John Travolta. Yeah, Data from Star Trek. Really good with the pencil. And he's trying to time him on questions, and he wants specific answers. Very, very good. Forrest Whitaker is in this as well. And that woman is love interest, is it? Robert Penn, right? What's her name? Could be Kara Sedgwick. She's an absolute cow. He bought all her crappy furniture and she just throws it back in his face. Philadelphia Story. That's a Criterion release. Philadelphia. I remember when this came out. I remember when AIDS hit. You know, and this was quite a groundbreaking film, especially for Tom Hanks. Well, and even more so, really, for Denzel Washington, who played somebody who was like homophobic or AIDS phobic. Very good, very, very good film. Very moving. Philomena, another moving story. Judi Dench hires Steve Coogan to track down her son because she was part of St. Magdalene's asylum for fallen women, where they just took the children off them forcibly and sent them out for adoption because they were claimed to be like promiscuous women that had children out of wedlock. Phone booth, really tense. Couldn't happen now because no phone booths work anymore. Pi, yeah, the story of a mathematician trying to crack the secrets of this mathematical equation, and people were willing to kill to get it. Wall Street people, people are trying to open up the code to sacred verses, you know, religious cults. Piano. Holly Hunter, the pianist with Adrian Brody. Got to go through these quick. Got another 4 piles of films. Pierpoint, the story of Albert Pierpoint, the last hangman in the UK, and he was so efficient. This guy as a hangman. I mean, he was like top of his game, to the point where he hung all the Nazis at the Nuremberg trials. But he could kill someone within, I think it was like 7.5 seconds from them leaving their bed to being hung, because literally, like their room, they had a big wardrobe in the cell, and when you could move it to one side, and that was a doorway into where the people were being hung, and say they were only like 8 feet away from the rope itself. But it's the story of Albert Pierpoint. Very, very good. Timothy Spall, to me, that's his best film. Although Turner's pretty good as well. Pineapple Express, so funny. Story of stoners, brilliantly done. But James Franco, I like James Franco in this. I don't really like him in much. Pink Panther in a lovely pink case. Yeah. He will always be Pink Panther or Peter Sellers to me. And then Pink Panther Returns, Inspector Clouseau. And then you have Steve Martin's. I mean, it's not bad. He's not bad, but he's not Peter Sellers by any means. It's one of those defining roles, you know, and but he did alright. And then Pink Panther 2, yeah. Pinocchio, that's part of the Disney collection. It's number 2. I think Snow White was number 1. We'll get to that eventually. Piranha. Now this is a pretty decent sort of, I'm going to say, mention the word Jaws in the same line, but that sort of time, it's got to be early mid 70s surely, could be early 80s, but I'm pretty sure it's 70s. Yeah, Piranha, and this is like, we didn't know a lot about piranhas back then, and they were deemed, this is what we thought piranhas would like. They could strip you to the bone in like 10 seconds. Piranha in 3D. You can see I've got a thing about piranhas. Piranha 3DD. Yeah, this is obviously a reference to a chest. I've not seen it. I bought this because of the cast. Now listen to this cast. You've got David Hasselhoff, Christopher Lloyd, Gary Busey, and that's all I can actually see on there, but that's good enough for me to buy in. Somebody called Peter Goldfinger. Is that really his name? Goldfinger. Anyway, let's pause it there, get the next lot. And we are back with Pirates of the Caribbean. I did have this like a box set, but I wanted them all individually, so I got rid of the box set and put them all individually, like you needed to know that. Curse of the Black Pearl. The best one. Dead Man's Chest. Very enjoyable. I like all the Pirates of the Caribbean films, even like the third and the fourth one. At World's End, just really good old-fashioned pirate films. On Stranger Tides, and this one, Salazar's Revenge. Should have been Dead Men Tell No Tales. It's ridiculous. Salazar's Revenge, or whatever it's called. They look nice together as well. The last two were in 3D, and 3D's pretty decent on them. And then you have, well, I have the Pirates in Adventure with Scientists. A great animation. I think this was from Aardman, the creators of Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit. Just really nice stop animation and really good 3D as well. It's about trying to win the Pirate of the Year award. It's, you know, Pit and the Pendulum. Edgar Allan Poe, wasn't it, wrote that? Yeah. Pitch Black. Saw this on a plane. That's the first thing I saw on a plane on a long haul flight. Was that start of that with the bloody thing crashing? That's all I wanted to watch when I was on a plane. Quite a nervous flyer. Pitch Perfect. Very, very. I love these films. Pitch Perfect 2. I think they're really good. Third one started off a little bit like it was trying too hard, and then it sort of eased into itself. Very good. Rebel Wilson, Anna Kendrick. Yeah, just really good films. Pleasant films, I'd say. Pixels in 3D. This should get a Criterion release. This is I'm not really a Criterion release, but this is a good film. I think it's very, very funny. The only thing I can't buy into is Kevin James as the president. Although you do have Donald Trump, to be fair. Saying that, we have Boris bloody... I was going to say Boris Karloff then. No, we have Boris Johnson. I say Boris Becker as well. Boris Johnson coming in as our new Prime Minister, probably. Peter Dinklage is in that. It's just a fun film. If you sort of grew up in the 80s and stuff with the computer games, then yeah. Place Beyond the Pines. 3D is really good in pixels as well. A classic. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. Perfect partnership of Steve Martin and John Candy play off each other really well. It's a road movie. John Candy is like the ultimate sort of worst person you want to be on a journey with, but Steve Martin grows to love his character eventually. Just very, very good. This is the Planet of the Apes collection. Got 5 movies in here. I'll just show you the disc. You don't need to know the titles. You know them all. Planet of the Apes, and you have the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes, directed by what's his name, Tim Burton. A lot of political chitty chat going on in this. Seen that at the cinema. Decent enough film. It's kind of underrated, really. It's not that bad a film. Planet Terror. Girl with a shotgun leg. Was it a machine gun leg? It's a machine gun leg. Plastic. Yeah, this is about a... Oh, it's got Will Porter in this. I thought you gave up acting. British heist movie. They still like cards and you know, like your credit card details and that sort of thing. Anyway, they take it off the wrong person. They take it off a crime kingpin sort of thing. So they have to pay it back, and so they travel abroad to try and get the money together. Platoon. Playing for keeps. Play Misty for me. A great Clint Eastwood film, Story of a Stalker. I'll put it in a red case. Isn't that nice? Story of Stalking. Pleasantville. This is a really good Tobey Maguire film. Kind of like a time travel kind of thing. It's like a time slip back into the 50s, into like a TV show kind of thing. It's good. Very good. That's an American release. Pluckett and McLean, Story of Notorious Highway Robbers. Get it out. Yeah, there you go. Pocahontas, number 33 from the Disney classics. A good, decent film. Story of Thanksgiving and all that sort of thing. The guy with the crick in his neck with a pug, great villain in this. I think it has the voice of Mel Gibson. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Point Blank. This is kind of like the story of payback. Guy's double-crossed, just wants his money back in the, that he's diddled out of. Point Break. Great film. Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. If you can buy Keanu Reeves as an FBI agent, Point Break in 3D. 3D's good. Not too hot on the story. Maybe they shouldn't have called it Point Break. Could have called it something different and just gone its own way. Polar Express in 3D. I dislike this film immensely. So I bought it in 3D to hope that would kind of change my way. We didn't really grow up with the Polar Express the story as kids, and I don't know, it just annoys me. Just something about it annoys me. Police Academy. The story of misfits at a police academy and the exploits they get up to. A bunch of sort of misfits. You've got what's his name? Steve Guttenberg, Kim Cattrall. Police Story. Jackie Chan's Police Story. That's 1, and Police Story 2. Jackie Chan. Pollyanna again. Steve Cashel 1. Go and check him out. Sent me this. Pollyanna. Poltergeist. Good story. Tobe Hooper. Tobe Hooper. Produced, I think, by Steven Spielberg. Good ghost story. Poltergeist 2. Yeah, again, nice creepy story. Poltergeist, the reboot. I thought it was quite a decent film. 3D extended cut. They played too much emphasis on the clown doll. They shouldn't have made it as creepy as that. I mean, who's going to buy a doll that looks like that? A clown. Pompeii, the story of the lead up and the aftermath of Pompeii. I think this has Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. You've also got Emily Browning, Kiefer Sutherland in that. Kiefer Sutherland, good villain. Pompoko. This is the story of like encroaching development in Tokyo and the pushing back of that development. Ponyo, it's a story of a magical fish. Got great voiceovers in this. You've got Kate Blanchett, Matt Damon, Tina Fey, Liam Neeson, Lily Tomlin, Betty White. But try and watch it if you can. If you do watch this in the original Japanese with subtitles, well, we don't have to. Magical fish falls in love with a boy, decides he can stay with him, and kind of creates a disturbance in this magic. And they have to put it right. Porco Rosso. This is a story of a time when there's lots of like aerial battles, and they hire this Porco Rosso. It's a pig. Used to be a human, and he protects a certain area. And people want him to, because he's the best there is, to go and work for him. But also, like on a side note, like somebody tries to steal his girlfriend. Well, not his girlfriend, but he's like the person he's in love with and things like that. Poseidon Adventure, brilliant film. Gene Hackman is great in there as the preacher. Red Buttons, Ernest Borgnine, Ronnie McDowell, just a really good. Shelley Winters, the cast in that, and the story, and the effects really. And then you got Poseidon, which is like a retelling of the story, more modern day. Who's the main guy in this? I know you have Kurt Russell, Josh Lucas, Richard Dreyfuss is in this. Just really good. It's another really good story. Recommend that one. Possum. I bought this because of the cover. Look at that cover with the spider coming out of the bag. I used to keep and breed tarantulas, so I've got a thing for spiders. The Post. Watch this. It's quite a dry film, political thing about the I think it's the Watergate, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's around the Watergate scandal, if I remember rightly. I've seen quite a few political ones of late. And yeah, it's quite a dry film. Don't expect like action or anything, as political films usually are quite dry, especially when it's centered around a newspaper. Postman, great post-apocalyptical film. I'd say sorry, post-apocalyptical. Will Patton's in this as well as Kevin Costner. If you're a postman, that'd make you feel really proud to be a postman. Power Rangers. Yeah, I've not seen it. I've never seen any of the cartoons that are on or TV shows. I've never seen any of them. I should really watch that. Preacher's Wife. This is an American import. I don't know where I imported this. It could be Mike from Movie Edge. I could be just eBay. I'm not sure. Precious. Precious Cargo. Bruce Willis and Mark Paul Gosselaar. Sorry, butchered his name there. Predator in 3D. Yeah, very good 3D. Yeah, the first one. See, everybody says, oh, the latest Predator's crap. But if it's a standalone film, you'd probably enjoy it more. But because you got this as like the opening film, it's hard to live up to that. It really is. Even the second one, I like the second one too. Talking of which, there it is. And you got Gary Busey in this one. Bill Paxton. Gary Busey in this is very good. Bill Paxton just being Bill Paxton, which is a good thing. And it's Danny Glover as like the maverick cop. Just really good story. And then you have this, which is set on the alien planet. Adrian Brody is in this. Who's the guy? Lawrence Fishburne. Creepy. He's always creepy anyway, but he's extra creepy in this one. You got that Danny Trejo, I think, is in this one as well. But he's not in it long. Kind of a spoiler, sorry. Topher Grace. It's a good one. And then the latest one. I thought this was alright. I thought it wasn't bad at all. Like an alpha predator. I don't know why they had to go down that route. It's not about making them bigger and stronger. It's less is more. You know, you don't have to. I mean, the original Predator's like 7 foot anyway. Why do you have to make one like 8 foot? It's the same with Independence Day. You had that the Queen one in the second one. It was like 500 foot long. I mean, you don't need to. You don't need to do that. Bigger is not better with aliens. Predestination 3D. German release. Fantastic time travel film and a great use of a time machine as well as a violin case with the dates on the side. Just this will stay with you for a long time. Sarah Snook, Ethan Hawke and Noah Taylor. It's mainly just Ethan Hawke, Sarah Snook. I can't give anything away about this because it is quite a messed up story, but really good, and it's so well written how it comes back on itself. Premonition, Sandra Bullock. Yeah, this is one. I think a husband, if I remember right, a husband dies and then he comes back, so she's kind of time traveling, I think, but in her head. I can't remember, it's been a long time. That's a German release. Presido, this is Australian release, and I bought this because it's Sean Connery, Mark Harmon, Meg Ryan, and I've not seen this for years, so I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure there's a murder on like a naval base, something like that. Need to watch that again. The Prestige, Presumed Innocent. Yeah, it's Harrison Ford. This is a German release, Place Fine, and I cannot remember. I think this is a story of murder and cover up. It's one of those sort of did he not killer, that sort of thing. Let's pause it there. Pretty Woman. Oh, camera's a bit closer. Yeah, Pretty Woman. Richard Gere, Julia Roberts. kind of like a Cinderella sort of story with a prostitute. Revenge, about a woman who's pregnant and has the craving for death, for killing. Plastic, what was it? Little bits of plastic. Pride. Pride and Prejudice. Keira Knightley. Yes, based on a Jane Austen novel, and as is this one, Pride, Prejudice and Zombies. Yeah, I think this is a Seth Green adaptation. I know he did Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I'm pretty sure he did this one. Could be wrong though. Yeah, it's quite a. It's a funny story. Kind of like a steampunky kind of feel to it as well. Pride and Glory. Priest. Paul Bettany. Just trying to get his sister, who's been kidnapped and by vampires, and he's trying to sort of get. Well, she's turned into one. Primal Fear. Edward Norton, Richard Gere. Yeah, I'm trying not to give away. It's a good film. It's definitely worth a watch. It's difficult. Yeah, no, I can't give anything. If I give it away, that's the whole story gone. Sorry. The Prince. Again, Bruce Willis. He's got to come back into the business. He turned his back on because I think his daughter or his sister is in danger. I can't remember which way around it is, but there you go. Prince of Darkness, popped it in a green case. Prince of Egypt, Mike Movie Edge sent me this one as part of a trade. Thank you very much. Love this film. The animation is superb. Voices of it doesn't say on there. Oh, what's his name? Val Kilmer, I think, in that one as well. Very, very good. Some great songs. Steve Martin does a really good song. Playing with the Big Boys Now, just brilliant. Prince of Persia. This is a really sort of good old-fashioned kind of. It's got like Pirates of the Caribbean sort of feel, the first one, but it's that sort of Saturday morning cinema vibe to it. Prince of Persia is Jake Gyllenhaal and Ben Kingsley in this one. Sands of Time. Just really good. Good action film. Princess Mononoke. That's Studio Ghibli number 8. The Princess Diaries and Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement. Anne Hathaway. And lovely Julie Andrews. Princess and the Frog. This was sort of Disney going back to 2D animation and done beautifully. This is a really nice film. Nice animation, great characters. The little lightning bug thing. What do they call it? Doom bug. I don't know what they call him. The thing from the bayou. You know, it's just it's a really good character. The alligator, the old mama thing in who makes up the gumbo. She's really good in this. Just good characters, good songs, good old-fashioned storytelling, lovely animation. And that's number 49 of the Disney classics. Princess and the Bride. I only watched this recently. A lot of people have this as their favourite film. But I came into it late, and I think that kind of didn't have the same effect on me. To me, it's just okay. It's an okay film. I know a lot of people are probably shouting at the screen. Great cast in it. It's a good story. Nice old-fashioned telling of a story. Just doesn't have that affinity with me yet. Maybe ask me again in 20 years' time. Prisoners, yeah. 6-year-old daughter goes missing. Yeah, quite a hard watch if you're a parent. Kind of hard watch if you're not a parent, I guess, as well. Private War, about a war correspondent. And she's in all different places, Kosovo and places of conflict. That's Rosamund Pike in that one. Project Almanac. Good time travel. Good time travel film. It's got the guy in this from Goldberg's, Erica's boyfriend. Yeah, very good. A bunch of kids find like the time machine and sort of finish it off in their father's garage, in one of the father's garage, and they go travelling through time, and they got to try and put things right, because once they start messing with it, it all goes tits up, as we just say. Project X, about the ultimate party. I thought it was a loose disc there. Yeah, ultimate party. Prometheus. A lot of people hated this. Again, so lots of flaws in it. Like, I think if you go to an alien planet and you get sealed in a room with lots of little jars, and it's leaking fluid, and then like a little alien head comes up like that, you're not going to go and tickle it. No, you're not going to tickle it. You're going to be slipping in your own bloody mess. That's what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be tickling the alien. Especially when you see all like the bodies outside the bloody room. The Promise. Promised Land. Kind of, it's another dry, slow film. It's Matt Damon and his partner goes to like a town that's suffering from economic decline, and they think it's going to be an easy sell, trying to sell drilling rights on these farmers' lands. Little did they know. The Proposal, really nice rom-com. Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds. It's got a good cast in this. You've got Maylene Ackerman as like a, not scorned lover, but like a lover that missed out with Ryan Reynolds. May Steinberg, always like Betty White. It's very good as like the mother, grandmother, if you like. Craty Nelson as Ryan Reynolds' dad. Beautiful locations as well. I think it's Alaska. Pretty sure it is. I could be wrong. But it's about a boss and employees. They're scamming the government so she can have a green card to stay in America. So they're pretending they're going to get married, and they're trying to pass it off to their family as well. Proposition. It's quite a difficult film to actually explain what's going on in that. Proposal. Prospect. Yeah, father and daughter on a planet trying to get this mining for this stuff, and not a safe place to be. Just put it that way. P.S. I Love You, and it's Gerard Butler dies quite early in this, and he leaves notes. Or was it Hilary Swank died? No, I think it's Gerard Butler dies. Leaves notes to his girlfriend. Hence the title P.S. I Love You. She has to find. She finds these notes over a certain time. Psycho. I don't know if that's my favourite Hitchcock. North by Northwest is really up there. Birds, I love the Birds. I don't know. That's probably joint first with another couple. P2. This was. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was an import. Cause it's got a thin cover, but it's not. Public Enemy. It's also at the cinema. Yes, the Hunt for. Is it Dillinger? I'm pretty sure. John Dillinger. Yeah, the notorious Public Enemy #1, played by Johnny Depp. Public Enemies is a great film. James Cagney, Jean Harlow, when he squeezes the watermelon in her face. Yeah, it's obviously it's dated. It's from 1931, but it's very, very good. And Disney used to have a ride, the great movie ride, and they took it down. And there was a scene sort of acted out with animatronics of that, and you know, should have left it be Disney. Puerto Ricans in Paris. About two cops that go from Puerto Rico go to Paris and search for a stolen handbag. Pulp Fiction, kind of, it's a story told out of sequence, and it's just really good. And it brought John Travolta back from the brink. Pulse, really good. I don't think. No, I thought this is the American remake. I wonder if I'm pretty sure the other one's available on Arrow. Yeah, very, very good. Punisher, this was an Italian import. Hurrying up because the battery's almost dead on my camera. Purge, I do have other batteries, just have to go and get them. Purge, everybody's seen the Purge. 3 more to show you. Pursuit of Happiness, I know it's spelt wrong, but if you see the film, you'll know why. Great biopic, true story. amazing performance by Will Smith and his little kid, Jaden Christopher Sire Smith. It's a really good story. Push, again, Chris Evans. He's got more superpowers. I mean, he's Captain America. He's in this Push. He's what's the other one? He's in the Fantastic Four. Guy likes being a superhero, doesn't he? And the last one in the P's. Thank the Lord, you're saying to yourself. I don't know where the P thing's gone. That was underneath these films. Puss in Boots. So there you have it. What a film to end on. That was the P's. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a long video. I'm sorry about that. Q's are not going to be so long. I think it's like 10, maybe 12. And I will have that as a separate video next. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched it to the end, if you only watched 5 minutes, thanks for doing that. Take care. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not. It's free. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.